you're staying home, and I hope you're safe also. Let me start today with our story, A Second Chance. As you remember that we said that Second Chance is a story that we were focusing on a lot of themes very important. One of them, friendship. One of them, when you have a second chance, when you have ambition, when you have something you want to achieve. Our main character, Joanna, if you remember, her only dream that she's dreaming about to be an actress, to be famous actress one day. And till chapter 4 we stopped that she's going to be only helping in the painting of the theater. Do you remember that? So as you remember, Joanna, she tried to sing on the stage, but unfortunately she sounded terrible. That's why she was not chosen in the play. So her role will be only painting the scenery, and she's going to help with her best friend Lisa, if you remember. This is what we have read in chapter 3. Chapter 4, everything will be changed. As you see that she tried to take and to practice some lessons with Mr. Joseph, and he is going to help her in order to learn how to sing and how to act on stage. So in chapter 4, the rehearsals had started. Everyone is ready, everyone is preparing themselves for practicing and doing the rehearsals. But unfortunately, our friend Joanna is so sad. She's really feeling that she didn't take her chance, and she kept watching the rehearsals, but unfortunately she was not so happy because her colleagues were doing some mistakes. So she felt somehow sad and angry because she knows how to act after, of course, the help of Mr. Joseph. So after that, she attended the play rehearsals, but she felt sad, as I told you, and she started to not feel angry, and she started to sing. The way of her escapism, to sing, in order to forget the sadness she feels. So Joanna started singing, and who came? Mark Turner. Do you remember who's Mark Turner? He is the guy going to be the hero, and he's going to be doing the role Danny, if you remember. So Mark Turner, one of the most famous guys in the school, he's very famous, he's very confident, and he feels that when he's doing the acting or when he's acting, he's just showing off because he's very talented. So he came near to Joanna, and then he sat with her, and we had a small conversation. Actually, you know that our friend Joanna is a very shy character. Do you remember that? We said that one of the characteristics of Joanna, that she's so shy character. Whenever someone is speaking to her, whenever she's on stage, she starts feeling shy and her cheeks started to get red. So when Mark Turner approached and he started speaking to her, she wished if he's going to stop and he's going to go away. But this didn't happen. He started doing a conversation with her, and he started telling her how he admired the way that she's singing. Actually, Joanna forgot herself, and she was singing loudly because now she's confident that Mr. Joseph had taught her how to sing and how to be confident about her voice. So Mark Turner started saying to her, so why you were shy? Why in the audition you weren't doing that well? She started saying to him, she doesn't know, maybe because she was afraid, maybe she got scared. This is what happened. Okay, so Mark Turner, he came across and he started speaking to her, and they had a conversation, as I told you, and he talked to her about his dreams. Mark Turner wished to be one day a doctor, and he's just taking the acting as a talent, something he enjoys. But the only dream for Joanna to be an actress one day. So while they were talking, something happened. They heard Sandy, Sarah Finn, if you remember, that she was shouting with one of the girls. Later, there was an argument between the girl who's going to make the main role, which we know her name, of course. Her name is Sarah Finn. She's doing the role of Sandy that our friend Joanna wished if she took this role, but unfortunately she couldn't. So now, as I told you, that Sarah is having an argument with one of the girls, and this girl called Mandy. Who was here in this scene? Mark Turner also, our young, confident gentleman. So he went there to the two girls, and he started to talk to Sarah Finn, and he started to calm her down. And this is what happened. All of this scene, our friend Joanna was also watching it. So as you see that Joanna is looking how confident Mark Turner, how his character is very attractive, and this is what happened in the very beginning of chapter 4. Later on, it was the time that after lunch, Joanna is going to meet Mr. of course, Joseph, and she's going to meet him where, girls, do you remember? Of course, in the theater. This is the favorite place for who? For Mr. Joseph and for also Joanna. Okay? So our friend Joanna, she went to the theater to meet Mr. Joseph, and while she was going there, she was hiding behind a pile of boxes. What does it mean, the word pile? Do you remember? Pile. It means some of boxes, and also it's a very good chance to tell you some important vocabulary. You will find them maybe difficult while you're reading or new, so let's write them together as we are used to. You have your copybook is your friend, and you are going to write in it the new vocabulary. One of the new words that I have mentioned while I'm saying to you the summary, the word rehearsal. The word rehearsal, can you see? This word, it means, let me rub this part. Rehearsals, it means practice. Again, the word rehearsals, it means practice, girls. Okay, can you tell me another word for nervous? Do you remember? Nervous. When I say that Joanna was nervous, that means she's worried. She's worried. Okay, do you remember these synonyms? And when I say to you that Joanna and Mark Turner, they chatted together, that means they were chatting on the internet? No. The word chatted together, that means talked. When you read it in the story, you will find out that the word chatted, it means talked, girls. So chatted equal talked. I wish that you have your copybook with me right now and you're writing these synonyms. I'm pretty sure you will do. So the word also put someone off. While you're reading, girls, you will find that Sandy or Sarah Finn is going to fight with Mandy mainly because she thinks that she's putting her off. What does it mean, put someone off? That means to stop him. To stop him from doing something. Okay? When you are totally focusing on something and someone is putting you off, that means he's interrupting you. He's trying to disturb you. So the word put someone off, you can write it in your own copybook also, to stop him from doing something. So, as I told you that our friend Mark Turner, he went to Sandy and he tried to talk to her, he tried to calm her down. He said to her, "What's wrong? Why you're so angry?" And then he patted Mandy on the back. What does mean patted Mandy on the back? Then when he finished finishing all the problem between them, he tried to also talk in a gentle way to Mandy. So he patted her on the back. So another word for patted, that means the word patted. Okay? Pat, or in the past, patted, it means to touch gently and quickly. Okay, girls? So after that, it was time that she's going, as I told you, to Mr. Joseph. And then she went there, and while she was hiding, something happened unexpected. As usual, she smelled the smell of the cigarettes, of the smoking, and she found that the gang, do you remember the word gang? It means what? A group of students, or maybe a group of people who are doing something wrong. So the gang, do you remember the gang? Who was the boss of this gang? Jasmine. Yes, Jasmine is the boss of this gang. So she was with her friends and they were smoking, and who saw them? Joanna, of course. But she was so afraid to talk because Jasmine is the bully of the school. What does mean, the bully? The one that is annoying weaker students or younger students. Alright? So while she was watching them, something happened that that the piles of the boxes fell on the floor. When the pile of the boxes fell on the floor, they heard that someone inside the theater, so they were so afraid. They said, let's run, there's someone here, or there's a stranger. And then who appeared in the scene suddenly? Our teacher, Mr. Joseph. He entered and he said, who is here? Okay, what are you doing? And then they ran quickly and Mr. Joseph entered to the theater. He met Joanna and he asked her what was happening here. She said that she saw some students She even said if you can call them students because they are really naughty. I hope you're not like them. And these students, they were inside the theater and they were smoking. So he said to her, why you didn't say to your headmaster, or why you didn't say to anyone? She said, because Jasmine is really nasty. What does mean, the word nasty? Can you tell me? Can you guess? As we are used to together, when we have a word, the best way to memorize it, or the best way that you never forget it, to get it for it a synonym. So the word nasty, like naughty, like someone rude, like someone mean. So he said to her, okay, let's focus and let's complete on our practice. And he started practicing singing and acting. So I want to tell you something. By the end of the video, I want you to guess while you are sitting. If Joanna's going to have a second chance and she's going to sing on stage or not. Till I meet you next time, please try to guess and we will meet again. The homework that I want you to do also, read a booklet. I wish you can answer some questions. In the next video, I will try to answer with you the questions on board. Thank you so much for watching. See you.